So when I was younger, I really didn't have a problem finding time to do things like workout, mainly because my time was my own. So my routine back when I was like in my 20s and 30s was I would either go to school or go to work, and then immediately after those activities, then I'd go to work out. And that was no problem. I'd work out for an hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes. But now that I'm 40, things don't quite work out the same way anymore. I don't have the same time that I used to have anymore, and that kind of creates a little bit of a problem, mainly because um, the workouts that I'm used to doing last an hour and a half. So, what do you do when you are 40 years old? You don't have an hour and a half to work out. You have a kid that you have to take care of, and it just seems like you don't have time to work out at all. So, in this video, I'm going to tell you three things that I eliminated from my life in order to find time to do things like workout and all the other things that I'll end up telling you about in later videos to come. So the first thing that the first thing that I wanted to manage, the first thing that I learned to manage was my doom scrolling. So there's always something on my phone that I'm always looking into, and I realized that I took up a so the first thing that I want, so the first thing that I started to manage in my life in order to start making time for working out was doom scrolling. Now, this is one that I think a lot of us struggle with. There's so many different interesting things that are on our phone that we can just occupy so much time with, and so much time has passed by just scrolling on our phone. A lot of it not very beneficial. So, doom scrolling is probably one of the best things that you can do is just try to set a timer for it because that's what I did. I gave myself set amount of time for scrolling through my phone, and then I just take it and I'll flip it over for a little bit just to give myself a chance to look up, reorganize, reorient, and potentially do something else. And that gave me, some time throughout the day to be able to do things like work out or be able to write or, things like that, like the things that I explained in like other videos. So make sure that you try to manage doom scrolling because it does become a problem. Number two is alcohol. So alcohol is another one of those things that is a very slippery slope. So one thing that I like to say is like I don't want to eliminate anything. The thing is I want to control it because it is very easy for our lives and the things that we do within our lives to get kind of off balance. So when you talk about things like alcohol, it's not a good thing to just like, okay, now that I'm going to get in shape, I'm going to completely eliminate it. The problem with that is like you give yourself an opportunity for like what, for lack of a better word, a relapse. And what the relapse is because you've craved it so much because you're struggling to like completely stay away from it that you end up going back to it and doing it in excess. So one thing that you want to do is never just try to like completely eliminate things from the beginning because I wish that I could say that my willpower was that strong, but the fact of the matter is it's not. And since it's not, I'm not going to put myself in a difficult situation from the beginning if I don't have to. So what you want to do is you want to kind of roll it back a little bit, do it in moderation. And what that'll do is if you're usually going out and drinking in like a social setting, then what that's going to do is going to free up some time for you to do other things like work out. So alcohol is a pretty big one. So remember, the thing is always is moderation. It's not elimination, it's moderation. And later on, after you have control with moderation, then you can eliminate. And that's kind of a step down that you would do with everything. You never really want to quit anything cold turkey, mainly because it's so difficult and it increases the chance of like a relapse or something like that. So you always want to step down when you do stuff like that. So it's always drink in moderation. And the last thing is for me, it might not be a big thing for you, but it was a big thing for me was playing video games. Now, this was a huge one for me, mainly because I specifically sought out time to play video games even before my journey started. So a couple of years ago, I got a PS5 for Christmas, and having like a newborn kid, I have not been able to play as much as I wanted to. It's okay. It'll be there. So the thing that I used to do was I used to get up at like 4 in the morning. I'd play until he woke up in the morning until I had to get up and start getting ready for work and things like that. So that's a solid 2 hours that I used to spend almost every morning. And if you like thinking, to yourself like, dang, 2 hours? Like, yeah, 2 hours, because I didn't get to play anymore. And a big part of my life growing up being single and, just I used to play online with my friends and things like that, but I don't get to do things like that as an adult with kids and a wife and obligations. So I said that I was going to take it any way that I, saw necessary. So 4 o'clock in the morning was it for me. So I would spend from 4 in the morning till maybe 6 a.m. and then I'd start getting ready for work because my son would wake up soon after that. So yeah, 2 hours almost every day I would play the game. So I freed up 10 hours. Yeah, about 10 hours every day just from eliminating video games during the morning. Now, what I said is I don't eliminate anything. Now, what I did was I tapered it off and then I rolled it back, and now I only play on the weekends. So maybe like Sunday. So today is my video game day, for example, because I rolled it back so much to where I could fit in other things that are a little bit more important than, killing monsters and stuff like that. Now, don't get me wrong, it is important, but not that important. So moderation and everything. So those are the three things that I did to that I guess rolled back to help me find time to work out. So the thing about it is what most people want you to believe is that it takes a long time to work out and to do the right thing. And the fact of the matter is it actually doesn't. So with working out, I can tell you, me personally, I work out maybe no more than 30 minutes at a time and no more than 5 times a week. Now, I move every day, like with stretching and things like that, but I don't work out every day. And one thing is for people like us with a busy schedule, it's not, you don't have the time to, or actually, who even wants to work out for an hour and a half? I mean, maybe one day, but if you just want to get the activity in and just get the most effective workout in, it does not take an hour. And this is what I've tried to do and I've accomplished, like while being on my journey, is shortening the amount of time that I work out, but also making it more effective workout. So this is the reason why I wanted to start this channel, is because I believe that you do not need that much time. You don't need a fancy meal plan or anything like that. You just need consistency and the right workout plan for your lifestyle. These are things that I believe in. Then this is why I'm breaking down each and every step, because these are easily digestible pieces of information that you can start putting into action today. There's nothing that should be difficult about working out or getting into shape or doing things that are good for you. So every time that I come to you, I'm just going to give you bite-sized pieces of information. I'm never going to give you an overwhelming bit of information, mainly because that's the reason why a lot of us are so confused in the first place, is because it's just too much information. So every time I come to you, I just want to give you a little bit of information just for you to start changing it or be aware of it today. So these are the top 3 things that I would do, or the top 3 things that I did while on my journey, in order to make time for things like working out and journaling and things like that that actually are a little bit more beneficial for you. So start to kind of, take an inventory of your life and find out, where you can start eliminating things from, and to make times for things that are more beneficial for you in the long run. And so I hope that I provided you with some information that will be beneficial to you. And I look forward to talking to you on the next one. Peace.